like, comment, subscribe to me and his channel.
What's up, it's your boy Errol. I'm back with another video. How y'all day going? I hope y'all having a productive day, a great day. It's playoff day. It's fight weekend. Like, we coming off fight weekend, but I didn't do my fight review and afterthoughts to the main event. Saturday, Errol Spence versus Yordenis Ugas. The fight took place. It's been so much after the aftermath, so I've been trying to collect my thoughts and talk about the aftermath and stuff like that. And the fight was pretty good. I can't be mad. I went to watch the fight at my mentor house, and we enjoyed it. He trolled the whole fight. It was hilarious. So the big thing is that Errol Spence finally called out Terence Crawford. And I really wanted to see what's he gonna do there. Ugas had already made it known that he was gonna call Crawford out, and we finally get to see him. Spence and Crawford finally get to get in there and bang. So I'm glad he made the call out. Crawford responded expeditiously on Twitter. Said he gave his thoughts on the fight, and he said he's ready to do it. And I think Spence is keeping his words. He's been posting after the fight on Instagram. Saying that he's ready to do the fight. He's been turning down other fights that's been brought to him. Oscar De La Hoya tried to bring the Virgil Ortiz fight to him, saying that he wanted to do it in Dallas. And Errol Spence kind of shot that down quick. He said, "There's only one fight I want." He said he's not trying to do any type of tune-ups right now. He's just trying to get all 4 belts and hopefully move up, to 54. But I'm excited, that he finally got in the ring and said his name. I thought he was gonna try to say, "Oh, I can't make the weight no more," or something like that. But big ups to him and big respects to him for saying his name and saying he wanted to do it. So I don't have any qualms with it. I'm actually excited. I feel like it's gonna actually sell. But the Yordenis Ugas fight, I gotta talk about that now. But it was a good fight. Much respect to Ugas. He had a broken orbital bone. Same situation with Spence. What Spence had. So y'all guys can see how serious that injury is. His eye was swelled up. And he didn't. We don't know how early he may have messed his orbital bone up. It probably could have been in the early part of the round and had to deal with it for the rest of the fight. So we don't know how serious it was. And, so we got to realize you can't play boxing. And we got to realize how serious this Spence injury was. So we can't, kind of have knocks at him. But I'm definitely never gonna put dirt on Ugas' name, because he was fighting the best, and where he come from, it was a tough upbringing for him, as far as his career. He got it out the mud, so it's big respect for Yordenis Ugas. But as far as the fight, the early part of the fight, was kind of going out how I said. Ugas definitely could get Spence some issues, and he did, but Spence, I feel like Spence volume is what won him this fight. Ugas was slowing down, and I feel like Spence was just, steady keeping his work rate up on Ugas, and Ugas couldn't handle it. Especially I don't think he didn't think Spence was gonna be that big. As far as physical, Spence is a big physical welterweight. He wasn't like Pacquiao. So Ugas can kind of muscle Pacquiao around. But he can't do that with Spence. So the physicality definitely gave Ugas problems, and then, he wasn't trying to keep range. He was constantly getting in the inside, and Spence would throw that left hook over the top of the high guard, and he would constantly catch Ugas, and that's pretty much what the fight. I thought Ugas was gonna try to keep his distance, but Ugas was trying to stay in there and I guess try to win some points with the crowd or whatever. I don't know what type of game plan it was, but I don't think that was the best idea as far as game plans. I feel like he should have kept his distance, used his jab, and tried to land his right hand. But he was inside for the later part of 7th, till he got stopped. It was kind of in the pocket. He wasn't trying to box. He was kind of stuck in sand, seemed like, almost. But I'm not mad at the performance. I feel like he could have done better, but you know, it's always different, you know, different from when you get in there with different guys. So, you know, a lot of guys thought Spence was kind of chinny, you know, because of what happened in, what was the fifth round? Maybe the fifth round when Errol Spence got his mouthpiece knocked out, and Ugas kind of caught him with a clean shot and kind of wobbled him back to the ropes, you know, and Spence seemed a tad bit hurt, honestly, but you know that comes because you know he wasn't protecting himself at all times. You know, he had took his eyes off Ugas and thought he could pick his mouthpiece up, but the ref hadn't broke the fight up, so Ugas caught him with a clean shot. You know, I feel like Ugas supposed to make the most of that situation. You know, he's supposed to make the most of that situation because after this, you know, feel like he went back to the corner, locked back in, and just came out and stayed to his game plan. You know, I don't feel like Ugas, you know, he didn't take advantage of the situation. You know, he was just pretty much, he, you know, got him around. But Spence was winning around, in my opinion, beforehand. But, you know, I guess, you know, people gave Ugas the round for those, you know, shots. But I wouldn't be mad at anybody who gave the guy the round after that. You know, he did win around, I guess, because, you know, Spence's hand down, he did knock Spence back to the rope. So you got to give him that round. But, yeah, I'm really ready to see what's gonna go on next. You know, I want to see what Errol Spence does next. You know, as far as his next fight, you know, I hope it's Crawford. You know, I don't see him taking anything else. Nothing does anything better for his career but Crawford right now. But let me know what you guys think. Who do you think y'all want to see him against next? I'm pretty sure you guys gonna say Crawford. But how do you feel about his fight? Do you think he performed well? You know, coming off that 17-month layoff, I think he knocked some of the rust off. He's pretty rusty in there, but it was coming off a 17-month layoff. What do you expect? So, you know, you got to give him his credit, getting in there and beating the champ. So I would love to see him get in there with Crawford. I'm glad he got to take a tune-up. What I won't say it. I can't say Ugas is a tune-up, or a fight beforehand before he fought Crawford. So I'm definitely happy he got that fight out the way. So we probably can get the fight in the fall. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure y'all smash that like button, smash that like button, smash that like button. We're on the road to 1K subscribers. Hit that subscribe. Make sure you join my journey. I love you guys. I'm out.